It's been quite a long time since I recorded a video in this room. This is the computer room. You guys should know it pretty well by now. Actually, it hasn't been that long. I did my computer revisits videos that I did about a month ago over here. Anyway, we got a lighting upgrade. As you can see, the lighting is now more natural in this room. Doesn't make everything look yellow. And that is because I have daylight CFL bulbs in every socket in this room. And in that room over there too, so that's cool. But that's not what we're here to talk about today. Here, we're going to be building that computer I did a video about. Now, basically I just did a video to let you guys know to stay tuned for this video. Today's December 5th, but it's going to be uploaded tomorrow, so yeah. But we're going to be building a, old computer, in this case, out of that computer right there. That is an HP Pavilion 511N. It has an Intel Pentium 3, I think. Maybe it has a Celeron, I'm not even sure. Can't remember anymore. I haven't taken that computer apart in a long time, but I know it's in disrepair, and I'm going to use the motherboard, processor, and the RAM out of it. Hopefully there is RAM in it, I'm not even sure. And then I have a little 90mm fan up there that lights up, and I'm going to put that in the back as a case fan. But yeah, I have the power supply. Yeah, I have just the power supply in there, and then all the way over there I have a black CD-ROM optical drive I can use in this thing. So yeah, basically I'm going to be get cracking in this thing, and when I have the motherboard installed, well actually no, I'll show the inside of that HP first, and then yeah, anyway, I'll be right back. Well, the cover for the side panel was already off of this thing. I think I robbed this thing for some parts a little while ago, but I think I have enough parts to build a computer. Like I said in the last video, we have an Antec 350 watt power supply we're going to be using. As you can see, this is a small computer. It's a relatively small desktop, and it has a a micro ATX motherboard, just as I suspected. No RAM. So I'm going to have to find some RAM around here, but I don't think that'll be a problem. The heatsink is not on there for some reason. Yes, that is a Celeron. It is a 1.3 gigahertz Celeron with 256 megs of cache, 100 megahertz bus speed. So this is going to be an old computer. What is that? That's weird. Anyway, yes, it's very dirty. Bleh. It's very dirty, yes. The capacitors, as you can see, are pretty dirty. The RAM chips are dirty. Everything's dirty. But yeah, this is the motherboard we'll be using. And like I said, I have to find some PC 100 RAM, which I don't think will be too hard. But I have to get this heatsink back on there first. But I'm going to go ahead and remove the motherboard before I do that. So, I'll be right back. Here's a quick look at the board. I'm actually not entirely sure if this is a micro ATX, since it does have PCI. It might be a mini ATX, but I know it's not full. Definitely not. It's pretty small. It's a nice little board, actually, for a Pentium 3 era machine. All the caps are good on it. I have blown off the caps, so I've blown off the board, so now it should be clean. All of the capacitors are good. Let's see, what kind of capacitors are these? These gold ones here, oh, except for that. Ew. Yeah, well, whatever. These capacitors are, let's see, they're rated for 105. I'm not entirely sure what the brand is, though. I'm not sure what the manufacturer of the cap is. Oh, they are Daewoo. So these are Daewoo capacitors, these gold ones here, and then these small ones are Samyang. That's weird. Never heard of that one before. So yeah, we have 3 PCI slots, 2 RAM slots, PC 100. I did get this cooler back on there. It's kind of nasty, but it'll work. I'll clean it off some more. It's got a Cooler Master cooling fan on it, so that ought to be good. It's got 2 PS2s, parallel, serial, monitor, VGA, Ethernet, 2 USBs. I think this is a game port, and then we have audio. So yeah, it's a nice little board for free. So yeah, and then like I said, I have that case fan that I will install. So I'm gonna go ahead and get this board into this case, and we'll see how it goes. Two more things I forgot to mention. This uses a single 20-pin motherboard connector, so that's very cool. I guess it's pretty low power. It is a Celeron after all, which is the crappiest CPU ever, but you know, it'll work for this build. One thing I like about this board is how many fan connectors there are. There will be one right here for the CPU, and there's two over here for various items there. System fan and power supply fan, so yeah, I like the amount of fan connectors on there. Anyway, oh, I have to get the back plate out of there first, so I will go ahead and try to do that and get this thing in there. Alrighty guys, got the motherboard in there. Now, it was kind of peculiar mounting this plate back in here. I couldn't get it in all the way on one side because HP has a very interesting way of going about mounting this thing. So obviously this side isn't fully on there, but I don't really care. I can access these ports, so I'm not really going to use this port or anyway, but I can still use it, but it's just not perfect. Whatever, doesn't matter. Furthermore, I figured out this is definitely a micro ATX board. It's just a tiny bit longer than my other one. But the mounting holes for my other Asus board that I used to have in here, which is on my good custom build, I didn't have to move any of the standoffs around, except for that one, which the standoff is right about there, but the hole's down there. But I'm kind of pushed on tools around here, which is kind of weird because this is the computer room and I should have that kind of thing, but I don't. So I didn't have any pliers to loosen the standoff and change it over, but I don't really care. The board isn't moving. So yeah. Thirdly, the HD audio, that ain't gonna work. There's no front panel connectivity on this thing. I know that the front panel audio looks like that, but that's not HD audio. So it would have worked if it was still in this. Oh no, that's USB. The front panel audio. Oh, there's no front panel audio on this case, I don't think. So I don't think that was a feature HP was going. No, there's no front panel audio on this case, so that makes sense. I don't know what the hell I'm talking about, but let's see if the USB will work. I don't know. I don't remember where this was plugged in at. Oh, it was plugged in over there. I don't think it's gonna work. I don't think it's gonna work. Oh, it plugged in. Okay, well, we'll see if it works. I don't think it will, but I'll try it later. But it doesn't really matter. I mean, it's got USBs on the back, so I don't really care. Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and keep going, and I'll update you guys again later. So, yeah. Alrighty, we have most of everything in there, except for the RAM, and I need to connect a hard drive and put it in here. But we have a gray optical drive, which sort of matches the front. It's better than white, anyway. So, yeah, I have this old modem in here, just to give it the nostalgic look. I think this modem's from Canada. Anyway, we have this IDE cable from the original system that I'll be using. I actually have to take this one out, but yeah, I'm gonna go find a hard drive and then yeah, we'll see if this thing boots up. Unfortunately I don't have a Windows install disk, so hopefully that hard drive has a copy of XP on it. I think it does, because it was the original hard drive that went with this system. So hopefully it works. Yeah, I'll update you guys again in a little while. This is the hard drive I'm going to be using. This is the original OEM drive that came with this system. It's a 40 gig Seagate ST340810A. It's got this kind of like ballistic cover thing. I don't really know what that's for, but yeah. So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and install this in here, and yeah, I'll update you guys again. This is actually only for the hard drive, so I'm gonna keep that one IDE cable in there because yeah, it needs to go to the optical drive. So if I want to put two hard drives in here, I can, but I doubt I will. But yeah, it's coming together. Like I said, I think this has a copy of XP on it, so hopefully it does. And yeah, we'll see if this thing works. Alright, another take on this. I've got the hard drive in right here. There it is. This case has 0 cable management, so that's going to have to stay like that. It's going to be really crappy, but whatever. And then I found one stick of PC 133 I can stick in there. Hopefully it'll work. Then I have my 80 or 90 millimeter, I forget. Maybe these are 90, 100, and 120. I know this one's 120, so I don't know. But yeah, there it is. Just a small little case fan. It'll do the job. You have the wire going over to the Molex over here. Everything's all connected. And yeah, it should work. So I'm going to go ahead and close her up. Actually, no, I'm not. I'm going to run it with the case open because that's cooler. I can diagnose the problem. So yeah, be right back with that. It's plugged in. It's ready to go. I'm going to go ahead and flip the power. Anything going to blow up? No. Good. Now, those front panel connectors were very, very weird. They were not standard. Let's just say that. Let's see if it works. Nothing. Nothing whatsoever. Okay, let me check those front panel connectors. Alrighty, I've tried a different approach. Usually, that's the thing about these OEM boards, is that they only work with the case they came in. So I pulled the power switch out of this thing, and we're going to see if this will work. Looks like we got a no RAM error. Maybe that RAM is dead. I'm gonna go see if I can find some extra RAM, but as you can see, it's running. Hard drive's running, everything's running. But I have to go see if I can find some different RAM. But yeah, if I have to do this to get it to work, then I guess I will. Let's see. Okay, I have to find some extra RAM. I'll be right back. Alrighty guys, I am back. It's been about 30 minutes for me, but only a fraction of a second for you guys. I think this RAM chip is dead, because I haven't gotten it to work in any of the computers I've ever tried it in. This is an old RAM chip, so I guess it's broken. But I took 128 megabytes from my Dell Optiplex. I'm going to see if it'll work now. Here we go. Nope, still beeping. Interesting. Wonder why it's not working. Well, this could just be a total, waste of time. That's weird. I'll try a couple of other things and I'll see if it works. Alright, I figured it out. Both of the RAM slots need to be occupied for this to work, which is really, really weird. But, yeah, that was the problem all along. Both RAM slots must be occupied for it to post. So let's go ahead and see it do its thing. Oh, wait. Oh, duh. Turned off the power. Okay, let's try this again. There we go. No more beep. HP, because it is an HP motherboard. Not an HP motherboard, but it's got an HP BIOS on it. Let's see if it'll post. A little beepy thing in the corner. Oh, wait, we're getting something. Oh, yes, it's loading Windows XP. Okay, it's working good. Coolio. And you can see we have that fan right there. 4 different LEDs, which I don't really understand. But I bought that at Fry's, I think, like a few years ago. Moves good air for like a 90 millimeter fan. So, that'll work. Yeah, it's boot. Oh, it booted. It booted. Great. Hard drive access indicator right here. See, that lights up in the hard drive. Oh, wait, let me turn the light off. Yep, that lights up and the hard drive's doing its thing. Only one problem with this. How the hell am I gonna get this? Oh, I know what I'll do. I'll modify this in the back, or make a cutout for this to go through. I'll do something. But yes, it works. Windows has finished installing new devices. No. So let's go see what we got for specs on this thing. And I knew it would work because this is the install of Windows that I installed. So we have a Celeron 1.3 gigahertz, 256 meg of RAM. I need more RAM because I can't keep it like this. We changed the name to custom build, even though this is an HP mobile. There we go. No, I don't want to restart my computer now, but it works great. So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and get her all buttoned up, so I'll be right back with that. Okay, so I'm back again with the computer in its final resting place. This tower is actually bigger than this one. Yes, I'm pretty sure this is an AT motherboard, but yeah, it's working just fine. This case is missing one of the feet on the bottom, so it wobbles. One of those feet never stuck on when I had this, when this case was housing my i3 build, but now it's housing some old crappy Celeron. But yeah, I think if I turn the light off, you can see the lights, sort of. Not really, whatever. That's why I just figured I'd put it, you know, wherever. It doesn't really matter. I'll keep it over though, so you can see the light a little bit. Like that. That's fine. But yeah, there is a small vent on the side, as you can see. We have our 90mm fan. None of this works anymore because I couldn't get the connectors to go in. It's kind of a little bit proprietary with that motherboard, but you know, still a nice motherboard for free. Like, I was glad I could get this thing going. We have an Intel Celeron and Windows XP. You gotta make it official, right? So that's what I did. So yeah, optical drive works, and I believe it is being detected, so that's cool. Now what I did with that power switch that I tore off here, here's what I did with it. It's right back here, right there, and it's stuck on there. This case has just those stupid punch-out PCI hole or covers, so I just took it in there, put it straight, and then turned it until it doesn't move, and it doesn't move anymore, and that's how I turn it on and off. So that's kind of cool, actually. Yeah, power supply fan's running, this fan's running. We even have an old modem for authenticity. Like I said, I already talked about that panel. And yeah, I guess I can take the side panel off once again, just to show you the inside yet another time. This computer won't really be good for anything. It'll just be, this was just an experiment to see if I could get it to work. And I did, which is cool. But it was basically just to repurpose this Raidmax case. Because even though it is kind of crappy, yeah, I don't want to see a case go to waste, so I don't think it will. Yeah, here we go. Like I said before in the last clips, no cable management, but there's that power. I'm going to go ahead and push the wires back. I'll push these back here too, since they're unusable. So yeah, none of the original case front panel things work, but you can see we have our little Cooler Master fan. That's probably like a 60mm fan. Very loud. But yeah, we have 256 megs of RAM. That's not going to stay in there because I still want to run my Optiplex every now and then, but it'll stay in there for now. We have 350 watt power supply, like I've mentioned multiple times. We have, here, I don't want to drop the case. Yeah, like I said, 40 gig hard drive, optical drive. Yeah, so, yeah, pretty cool. Pretty cool that I could actually get this thing working. So yeah, there you have it, a repurpose for the old Raidmax case. So, yeah, there you go. Yeah, thanks for watching the entire build series, and hopefully I have more builds in the future because I like doing this kind of stuff. So, yeah. Okay, one more just quick little update before I finish up this video. I found enough RAM to make both of these computers work. Now, one of those RAM chips, that one that I set right there in the video, is in fact non-working. It's never worked in any of the computers I've ever tried it in, including this one. But it has to be in that slot for the computer to boot up, which is very, very weird. But both of the memory slots have to have memory in them. Now, only one of the RAM chips work because, well, like I just said, only one of the RAM chips work. Unfortunately, that means this computer has 128 megabytes of RAM. So, it has a 1.3 gigahertz Celeron, 128 megabytes of RAM, and a 4 gig hard drive. The good thing about this is that it's running Windows XP Service Pack 1, I believe. Let's see. Yes, it's running Service Pack 1 Windows XP. Service Pack 1 will run just fine on 128 megs of RAM. Look, I mean, this is pretty darn fast for an old computer like that. I mean, that's tolerable, definitely. So, yeah, I'm not going to be using this computer for anything. It's just a fun project. So, yeah, so that's that. It now has 128 megs of RAM. The Dell is back with its original memory. And, yeah, so, again, thanks for watching this video. And, yeah, see you guys in the next one. I'm just now going through the programs list on this computer, and it seems that this is the original install. Indeed, this is the original install, because I have a bunch of stuff from about 2004 on here, like AOL Instant Messenger, this thing, last used in 2008. I had a bunch of HP support stuff. I haven't removed a lot of this stuff. NET Framework 1.1, wow. Office XP, yeah. Is it the correct date on this thing? Yeah, it is. Okay. Okay, somebody's spam texting my phone. Windows Journal Viewer, last used 2003. Mustech MDC 3000. Pop-up ad filter, QuickTime. Tweak UI Power Toys. It's got Winamp on here too, which is kind of funny. But there's a lot of weird programs like that on this computer that I don't need. Ugh, Internet Explorer 6, gross. Yeah, that's kind of weird. Anyway, yeah. Another thing, this thing was obviously used by a little kid, because I found a bunch of like kid software on here, like Disney software and this thing, which I think is like some spelling game or something. I don't even know. Also found like a bunch of other things. I found English, learning the English language, and it was like a Spanish uninstaller. So I guess, and the kid's name is Roberto. So I imagine this was owned by like a Hispanic family. Well, it was technically that thing, but yeah. A bunch of this crap was on the hard drive. It's kind of weird. I don't even... Oh, okay. So it's like a server type thing. That's weird. Okay, I'm out of here. I'm out of here. Goodbye. Yeah, this is the original install, because it has Office XP and everything, like I said. But there's just a bunch of old software. Anyway, this is the official end of this video. This video has way too many segments already, but I just figured I'd point that out. So, yeah.